morning. This is where I stayed last night, and before I forget, do this again. Workout started, so I'm officially on my way. Day one of the coast to coast, and this has been a interesting experience. I didn't get as much of a rest last night as I wanted to. Just a lot of anxiousness and just, I don't know. It is what it is, you know. So I'll turn this around and walk and talk so you can see where I'm going. And so here we go, a little signage there. And it's actually interesting because St. B's is not, there is no St. B. It's a change of the word St. Bea, B-E-A, and they just changed it to B. And so she came here and founded a order of sisters, which I thought was really interesting. So here we go, crossing the train tracks with subsequent little spiky things to keep people from driving that direction, I guess. No train, no train. So, and cross the bridge here. And we're good. Station here one last time. And by the way, this red sandstone there's a whole cliff of it up here, which I guess I get to see. So get off the camera and get walking. I have arrived. This is the official starting point of the coast to coast walk, and it's some information about who put it together. This guy named Wainwright. And according to tradition, what I'm supposed to do is walk down to the beach, stick my foot in the water, and then pick up a stone over here somewhere, and then carry that stone all the way to the other side. So a lovely couple with their son, I asked them to take my pictures. And of course, they're not from here, so we're just hand gesturing back and forth, but oh, they're right there. So, but you know, God provides. I'm very happy. So let's get this walk on the way. I got 15 miles to go from here to the end of the day. Catch my breath here for a second. I started way down there, took some photos as I kind of came up this like 300 or 250 step ascent, and I'll turn around as you can see, but this is kind of like cresting over the top of this ridge or this part of the coast. And it's interesting because if you see this right here, there's kind of a quasi raised pathway here, but it looks like it's seen better days because you know, it's back there was all torn up. I mean, the point where I felt more comfortable walking in the ditch several feet off to one side. And my second official sheep slash cattle gate here, but this is the base. This is to keep cattle and sheep where it needs to be, as you can see. Bingo. And on to the next section here, which I have no idea where this section is, or I have to double back. I don't know. I think it's over there. So, taking the moment. So I've come around the headlands here, and it takes you back down into this little gully here. And luckily, this piece coming up here, as for my pictures, is a series of steps, so I'm very happy. But the cool thing is, all this red sandstone, you can tell it's been ground up and it's in the soil here too. So part of me thinks this is like red clay, but I have to remind myself it's probably decomposed sandstone that makes up this landscape. And I'm hoping this was my last uphill downhill thing for today, which I think it is. And there's another sheep gate I got to go through up there, but so far this has been good. It's not as been fast as I wanted it to be. And there was one section back there I'm going to walk and talk. One section back there that I didn't like because it had you on the ocean side of the cliff or ocean side of this fence, and the trail was really you know, kittywampus and slanted at like a 35 to 40 degree angle. And the natural inclination as you feel yourself slip is you want to grab the fence. Well, the top part of the fence has, like this fence does, barbed wire. So I had to be very conscious and alert and go relatively slow. A couple times my ankle said, hey, what's going on here? And my knee, but I made it through fine. But I'm gonna double check the map. And I think my suggestion is, if anybody's watching this, when you come up to that World War II lookout, double back through the sheep gate and then go along the interior part of the fence. It'll be much easier for you because it's all flat ground there. Talk to you later. So I made it to the lighthouse and just talked to these gents here, this lady here for a moment. And so this walk around the headland here has been very beautiful, and you're a little more of the seaside. But so far it's been good. I've been taking my hat on and off because my head's overheating, and I'm not sure if I should put my arm guards on because there is no real direct sunlight. But I'm afraid if I probably put it on later on this afternoon. But oh, this is so beautiful. So far, holding up. Better hold up. I got another 13 days of this. So I'll talk to you later. Here's where I say goodbye to the coast. This is where I head inland on the coast to coast path. There's this extensive old quarry here, I guess. And I was told to turn here, follow the footpath. Put one last 360 before I go. So, headed inland. It's been a while since my last video, but I came over the rise there. I think that that farmhouse way up there on the hill. So I came down this way, and then I cut. I don't know if you can see it. There's some train tracks that go like that. But you come down, you go right to train tracks, and you come through a field, and you come this way. But it's interesting because the GPS. Also, I had to climb over this. This is the first one of these I've climbed over. Most of them have been like little pass-through gates, where there's no way for a sheep to get through. But the GPX track has been accurate for the most part, except for a couple of places where people have changed things so you can't go that direction. So I'm making good time, I'm in good spirits, and I gotta check my GPX in a moment because it was just chirping at me. But just give you an idea what I'm seeing. Come up over the hill and I got more to go. Talk to you later. Hi, it's me again. And I'm on this path right here, and there's a village back that direction. And I think, according to my reading, this is the old rail line, I think. Just the width and the slope of it all. But it's interesting that I was trying to follow the path back there, and apparently I was supposed to keep the right, not go straight, because I went straight because that's where the gate was, and there was no markings there, and a lot of the path is kind of obscured because if it's going through a meadow or a pasture, it kind of widens out so you can't tell where people have gone. But apparently I could have hooked up on this earlier, so just kind of sharing this moment with you. A funny feeling today's video is going to be very long. finally taking my lunch break. Can't see it, but I've walked over all this stuff back here. But this is what awaits me now, is this. You can't see it, but there's a rather large hill or small mountain or dent or whatever it's gonna be called. Once I get on top of that, that's a high point for today. And then it's all downhill from there. I'm 10 and 3/4 miles into my walk. It's supposed to be 15 or 16 miles today, I believe. I have to plus or minus 1 mile because of the distance I walked from the B&B. So I'm more than halfway done. So I'm feeling pretty good, but just need energy and food and some rest right now, and I'll get back on the trail. Well, made it up the top of the dent. It's confusing. You think it's higher, but it's lower by about 20 or 30 meters. But, oh man, what a rush. Started over there, went around the coast, came over some hills and dales. But this last bit here, coming up to those markers, oh God. A mile, steep sloped up. But not as steep as it's not as steep as this descent's going to be very shortly here, but at least the descent you're going downhill. But this is beautiful up here. I'm going to savor the moment, continue downhill. Hey, so that's where I'm headed. So I'm pretty much done with the steep part right now, but that's where I came down. And on the topo map, it does not do it justice. It does not do it justice at all. It is steep, it is treacherous. Not too treacherous, but I had to be very conscious of what I was doing. Trying to do like little miniature switchbacks back and forth, not just going straight down at an angle. So it took a lot of time. I'm just resting here for a moment, and then I'm gonna go down here, like I said. And it should be about another hour till I get in for the night. So I'll talk to you later. I have arrived in the lovely town of Ennerdale Bridge or Ennerdale Bridge or Ennerdale Bridge. But I was very smart. Just around the corner, I stopped, checked my itinerary, and I'm supposed to spend the night here, not at the other place up around the corner. So I'm going to enter through this door and call it quits, and then hopefully go to Mass tonight.